All right.
I'm inviting you.
So, there we go.
We're all on screen. If I'm ignoring anybody on YouTube, it's because we're doing too many things at once. Wait, why is your phone there? You're going to try to do something with that?
I don't really think I need to because
I don't think you need to.
I think we're in the screen.
We're in screen. We're in
awesome.
Screen.
All right.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. We are together.
Woohoo!
We're not adding anybody in yet, but I did want to. Damn. Well, I'll paraphrase. I had a question someone asked me earlier, but we'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
Welcome you all. We're so happy to be with you today. This is Nancy. This is Karenlee. We are Wild Women with Wine. She's adjusting
I'm sit
herself.
like I sit. There we go. There we go.
There she goes.
Right.
Look at her.
So I'll leave you to read.
I'll be reading away here. Oh, there goes the boobies.
Did you lose your boobies? The
boobies go out when I try to read. Okay. Hi there, Jimmy Young, Music Man, and Jay, hot wife. No. Do cougars like guys that are cross-dressers?
I've never met anybody that was a cross-dresser.
But if you did, it'd be an.
As long as they didn't wear my clothes.
Yeah, get them away from my bras.
Yeah, I don't want them in my stuff.
But other than that, we're okay with that.
But I'd go shopping with them. That'd be fun. I'd dress them up.
There was a couple people I was friends with that owned a lingerie store, and they had a lot of guys come in wanting the extra large lingerie and special shoes, etc., etc. Good evening to you, Stephen.
14 stilettos.
Yeah, really. What else? Who's joining us here, and where are you from, and all that good stuff. Oh boy, we're gonna have to do a lot of this. Good evening to David. Let's see, which one of you can adopt me? Nobody's looking for that dark
We
Libra.
have enough children. Thank you.
Oh shoot! What did I do now? Oopsie daisy. Shoot.
Scroll that down. Does that go down?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I did a oopsie and now I don't know what to doopsie. Here, I'll just write thanks. There we go.
There we go.
We have games planned.
We are techno.
Oh, we're both looking sexy.
Thank you.
Okay, so what you don't realize is this is the first time in about a year that maybe longer, that we have been together in a room without masks because we're double vaxxed.
Yeah. No, it's been over a year because we haven't since we started this.
Right. This is the first time we're actually wearing pants. Look at it.
I know, it's winter.
We're not wearing, the sweatpants and stuff like that. It's been unbelievable. Let's see what we got going on here. What kind of cougars do young men like? Oh my goodness.
I know of a great book.
Oh!
Do you have that book? Let's see what that book is.
Whoa!
What?
Fuck Game State Cougars.
There you go.
Yeah.
All the answers to your questions right there in one little book. You can find it on Amazon.
That's right. She's got this ad all done. It's written by me. I have to say that there's a lot of really good information in here about everything that we want to know about cougars and afraid to ask. I know you guys that like older women would appreciate this book, and it incorporates a lot of comments actually from you guys over the years about those relationships and why it works, or what the challenges are as well.
So somebody wanted to know who that hottie is. So this is Karenlee Poter.
Hello.
And she is an author. She is a speaker. She is a teacher. She is a brilliant social worker. She is a mom. She is
and I host
a friend. Such a good friend.
I host Sex Talk with
and a host.
Sex Talk with My Mom, which is up here. You can see it on YouTube. Woo! That's me as a cougar or a squirrel. I host it with my son. It's a comedy podcast. Nancy has been on it several times. We talk about stuff that most people don't like to talk about with their family members, especially mothers, sons, fathers, daughters. But you know what? We try to make the uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I fell in love with that show because it helped. It related back to how I've raised my kids. Very open, honest conversation. It's worked amazing. Yeah, they all are old people now, and I don't know how they got older than me. And
they tend to do that. I don't know how my kids did it too.
But we still talk about everything. Our family conversations, when we have new ones come in, like the in-law kids,
wow. They're in for a
when
treat.
They come in, it takes them a while to adjust because
to the openness.
What we find that's not the norm.
It's not the norm talking about vibrators?
No.
At family dinners?
No, I guess not.
It is at my family dinner. Speaking of which, my son just bequeathed Nancy.
Can I just tell you how excited I am? I mean, I'm going to be more excited later, but look what the gift I got.
Now, what's wonderful about this brand, the Satisfier, and I think you can get a discount, but I don't remember what the code is. Probably Mom. It's probably Mom. The Satisfier, it comes with an air pulse stimulator. So it kind of sucks the clit in that kind of area. You know what I'm talking about? And at the same time, it has a vibration element too, so you can do both. And it's got an app so that your partner can adjust the app, or you can adjust the app without touching the actual. Because sometimes you're like, how do I get this faster? How do I get this slow? You could do it on this app on your phone. It's a marvelous little piece of equipment.
Marvelous. I can't wait.
And I think you get like a discount, like 20% off or something like that, if you do use the code MOM. I can't remember, unfortunately. All right, whatever. Let's get on with this show.
Okay. So.
Oh, we were just talking about each other.
Oh.
I met her, how many years ago? My God.
I mean, it was like 2013 or something.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we've been meeting up like this. And we have this... Oh, Nancy's going to have so much fun later. Anyway, we have been doing Wild Women with Wine only about a year. We had a year anniversary a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Was it this last week?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah. But the reason we do it is just to entertain and to educate and to have fun with you guys. So thank you for joining us here. And actually, on YouTube, they can find this recap if you're just seeing it, for the first time and want to see some past episodes, right?
Yeah. It's called The Sex Host Doctor or Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce. All of these have been up on my YouTube. So you can just have hours of entertainment.
Hours of fun. And I think also on my Instagram, I save them all too, so they're there too if you want to look on my Instagram for the, the up and down and the this and that. All right, there's this MILF in my neighborhood and I find her very attractive, but I don't want a relationship, I just want sex. How should I approach her? Okay, so first of all, basically you're saying you're attracted to this sexy, hot, older woman. How do I go ahead and approach her? And, I don't know, if you just want to, quote unquote, have sex, I think that if you're honest and explain to her that, hey, somehow or another get to answer the subject and somehow or another tell her what your intentions are. Don't go in giving her intentions like I want to make this into a relationship if all you're interested in is sex.
Yeah, I think
I know where this is going. I know her so well. She's not into that whole idea, but
I think the thing is that when you objectify somebody from afar and you just want to fuck them,
that's exactly
you just want to do them. Really, you want to masturbate using their body,
right?
And what's in it for them? You don't even know if she knows who you are. So, one, you always have permission to masturbate and fantasize about whomever you choose, in whatever way you choose. That's safe. That's not dishonorable.
And it's very healthy, actually.
And that's healthy, right? So that's probably your best approach. If you just want to use another person's body for your pleasure, think about that for a minute. One is you're not entitled. You're not. And
well, on the other
if it's mutual.
That's what I'm saying.
If it's mutual.
I think, and the way he approached this was calling her a MILF, which is obviously kind of like objectifying. But I don't want a relationship. I just want sex. How should I approach her?
Right.
If she finds you equally as attractive and is totally fine with the relationship, because I've had those relationships before where it's just been purely sexual, and
strike up a conversation.
It works. Just strike up a conversation.
See if she'll even talk to you.
Right. And once you, if obviously it sounds like you have some confidence in your approach or your look or your vibe or something, and if you have that kind of confidence, go ahead and approach her and just in a friendly way, ask her for a cup of coffee or a drink. And I think she's going to get the hang of it, real quickly if that's all you want to get out of it. I mean, you should be honest. That's the most important thing, is just be honest about what your intentions are. But once you're honest and if she's game, hey, go for it, whatever.
Right. Then it's two mutually consenting adults, and that's fine.
I feel bad that we have ignored all these people. Hi, all these people waving and all the love and everything. We've got some questions here. Are you girls related?
We seem like that, huh? We kind of should be sisters.
We are sisters from different parents.
Yes.
What's a good sugar mama app? Well, we wouldn't know because we do not believe in that. Here's the problem I have with sugar mamas. It maybe works for sugar daddies. It doesn't work for sugar mamas. we've had children before, and we're still in some ways probably supporting them in some way or another.
Right.
Financially, emotionally, even
we don't want to do that again.
Clothes, gifts, whatever.
Right.
We've paid for schools, we paid for overnight camps, we paid for classes in ice skating, or whatever the case may be. We don't want any more children, and we don't want to pay for any more children either.
Right.
So if that's what you're looking for, you're barking up the wrong tree, and I'm not thinking we're alone in this either.
No, I have a suggestion. How about you get an education, get a job?
That's a novel idea. I'll toast to that.
You can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Then maybe you'll have something to offer somebody else.
And that's another thing. Why would you want, I don't know who it was that asked this, but why would you want a sugar mama when you could be a self-confident man and take care of her? And it's going to feel good for you to be able to say, hey, I want to take you out to dinner.
Or at least have it be mutual. Yeah.
Or at least get out of your mom's basement.
Yeah.
That's another Deborah Downer, by the way. And when you're, oops, I did not want to do that either. Shoot.
Okay.
See, I was going for the question.
All right.
I'm currently talking to a 34-year-old woman that I met while I was in what? I don't know. All right, well, let's get to the question. Not this shit again. Oh, shit.
Oops.
Hi.
No, man. Is there an X?
There's an X, but I can't get to the X because my finger keeps moving around. Oh,
technology. Okay.
A black horse is okay for you. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah. I don't have a horse.
I just learned something very interesting, by the way.
What?
From my friend Nina Harley. I did not realize that there's such a thing as 68. I knew there's 69, but I didn't know there was 68. Now, how about
think about that for a minute.
Okay. Now, first of all, I'd like to say why we just got on this discussion, and it's actually something that came up on my
would that be two women?
Sex talk with my no.
Okay.
I will be on YouTube and give you a donation, Karen. Thank you there, David. That's very sweet. Okay. In 69, when you're doing 69, everybody knows what 69 is, correct? You know what 69 is.
Toucan chew.
What the fuck is toucan chew? It sounds like Pikachu. What is toucan chew?
Toucan chew.
Oh, toucan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love your expression.
All right, here we go. Toucan. I thought you were talking about a toucan.
Oh.
All right, so we all know what 69 is, and it happened to be my dad's favorite number. Okay, we'll go down there another time. Anyhow, so I was talking to Nina about this because I agree with her. I'm not a big fan of 69, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, tell us why.
Because when I'm concentrating on my own pleasure, I have a hard time concentrating on giving someone else pleasure. So it's like
it can be distracting.
It's very distracting. It's also it's going to take everything longer on both sides.
Yeah.
Because you're like rotating attention. So 68 though is, I looked this up, by the way. I did some research.
Okay, I like that.
68 is when one partner is lying down, say the man is lying down
on his back.
Okay.
I gotta get a whole visual.
All right, and the woman's got her vulva, the whole vulva and ass or whatever on his head, and she's facing his feet.
Okay.
That's 68. So basically she's... Oh, is that right?
Wouldn't that be 69?
Oh, that's 69. Okay,
that's
wait
69. Yeah,
why is that?
I'm trying to think of where the 8 is.
There's a picture. There's a picture somewhere.
Okay.
All right. So basically, actually, she is on her back. She's on her back, like a pillow princess.
Okay.
So she's on her back.
And he's teabagging her.
Kinda. Yes. That's it.
So she's just touching him, but nothing in the mouth.
She's not even touching him. She's laying back there like this.
Okay, where's his teabag?
He's
Is it
laying.
Over her face?
She's literally laying with her back on top of him.
Oh.
I should have to show you a picture.
Okay, so she's on top. She's laying on her back on top of him with her
legs,
yummy parts.
Her yummy
right
parts
at his face.
Yep. She's basically laying with her ass on his face.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 68.
68. Why? I guess it looks like an 8, maybe? 6 and 8? I don't know.
Well,
whatever the case may be.
I'm going to have to try that with the womanizer. Or the the Satisfier.
Oh, you could do a lot of numbers with the Satisfier.
Yeah, we'll have to give that a go.
All right. Has anybody ever heard of that before? Is all the sugar mom looking for sex or pure love? What the hell? What is with the sugar mom?
We don't know anything about sugar mamas. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Are cougars more willing to experiment? I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes.
I think so.
I think that they're not really up for the boring sex. They're going to try to get into something interesting. Especially like a woman who is going through a divorce or a death, in my case. Getting out there after being married for so many years, you're going to want to try some new shit.
You're going to
try 68.
You want to have some creativity.
Try at 68.
Right?
You're done with 69.
Yeah.
All right. Where were we? Good evening, Karen and Nancy. I just left Instagram and now on YouTube. Thank you. That's 69 when a guy goes down. I know. I sorry about that. I'm just looking for an older woman. And by the way, I think older women cougars are the best. And I'm not looking for a child. Okay.
Thank you.
Do cougars still have a WAP? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't dried up yet. At what age does a guy stop looking for cougars?
You know, I think you can be a cougar your whole life as long as she's older, right?
Right, and not just older, wiser.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. You can look for cougars. Yeah.
Confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we had some games. Oh, here is Mr. Cumcumber. I do my best to see my mom just as a woman because she is hot. Oh, thank you, David. I love you and both. Nancy are sweethearts, and I love you both. We love you, too.
Thank you, too. Thank you, David. All right. So, we have a couple of questions here. So, I'm going to give you a question.
We're playing games.
This is my little truth or dare game. This little cute little deck of cards, which is really fun for couples to use and friends.
Yes.
So we're going to share them with you. So,
and by the way,
yes,
we would like to have your input in this. We don't like to just play this by ourselves. We would like your input.
Right.
Oh, here's a good question though. Before we get there, between the two of us, who's the wilder?
We've had that question at least about 1,000 years.
And I guess it really depends on your definition of
what's wild.
Yeah, right. And also it depends on what stage of our relationships we're in. If we're in different types of relationships, that we might have been wilder and tamer and more boring at sometimes for me. So
I think we're
Karen without a doubt. Yes. Why Karen without a doubt? You don't know Jack about this girl.
Right.
You do not know.
Nope,
this is not an easy discussion point to come to terms with. Okay.
I think we're pretty even.
Yeah.
I think we're both equally as adventurous
and
curious.
Yes.
And
it depends. Also, it just like I said, it really depends on what you consider wild.
Yeah. And I think it's all being wild is really self-perception.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're being wild, then you're being wild. It might not be wild for somebody else, but
yeah, I can be pretty vanilla.
You're wild. Prove it. We don't got to prove it to anybody.
Yeah, prove it.
Seriously.
We don't have to prove nothing either.
No. We are done proving anything to
anybody.
Cougars
are the best friend lover, but don't fall in love. Love only on the outside. The Prince of Darkness, I just want you to know something. I have now been with my boyfriend for 13 years. So I don't know that
What did
he said? Cougars are the best friend lover, but don't fall in love. Love only on the outside.
Oh, that's not right.
Right.
There's a lot of great relationships, long, sustaining, happy, fulfilling relationships that are
I just heard of somebody.
Older woman, younger man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody, and it was in the news, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a good amount." Oh, it was Tina Turner.
Oh yeah, they've been together forever, right?
Yeah,
a long time.
But he's definitely 16, 17 years younger than her.
Yeah,
and you know what? She's a lot happier with him than Ike.
Well,
left a good
that
job
is
in
true.
the city. Did I see your question? No, we didn't. But you can just say it again here.
All right. So, have you ever skinny dipped?
Yes. Okay. Have you? Oh, a trick question.
Have you guys ever skinny dipped?
If you have not, you should try it.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about having sex in the water, although I have done that too.
Yeah, no.
We're just talking about swimming naked. Being naked is fun.
It's the best. I cannot stand wearing a suit in the water. I don't mind wearing one out of the water, But
it's just annoying.
Oh God, it sticks and gets all gone. We are in a relationship.
Yeah. Are you guys in a relationship? It's called The Wild Woman with Wine.
Yeah. Okay.
We just like to keep you guessing.
So
Pool and ocean.
Awesome. Yep. Skinny dipping's the best. How old were you the first time you skinny dipped?
I'm thinking it was high school. It was my friend down the block. He had a swimming pool, and we went and we skinny dipped. And I remember I think one of his parents were coming home. And we were in the backyard in the pool. Ooh, ooh. Let's get the fuck out of here quickly. But yeah, I remember that. How old were you?
12.
Oh, for crying out loud! Does that even count?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Yeah. Oh, my girlfriend and I would go down to the river. We were up in Northern California.
Oh, yeah, river.
And we would go down to the river and spend the entire day. We'd pack a lunch and shampoo and everything. We'd go down and we would just kind of camp at the river's edge till the sun started to go down, and we would just be sans clothes all day long, climbing rocks.
What started you on your journey to be naked?
I think we went the first time and we just said let's take off our tops and lay in the sun.
Yeah.
And then that felt so good, and then you're like, well, nobody's around. Of course, people would float down the river on inner tubes. You know, there was this one time I'm climbing up this body of rocks, and so I'm kind of like a gecko, leg up, arm up, climbing these rocks up to where we would dive off. And my girlfriend was across the way.
Yeah.
And there was nothing sexual about this at all. It was really just little wood frolickers, little nature frolickers.
Wait, nature frolicker?
Yeah. And so she she just sat quietly, and all of a sudden she goes, "Smile for the camera."
Oh my God.
And I turned around, and right below me, of course, looking right up at me, were two people floating down the river in an inner tube. So that was pretty funny.
Did someone have a camera?
No. But I'm sure there were probably people with cameras.
So I think that started you on your road to exhibitionism.
I think it made me very comfortable in my skin.
Yeah.
I think it was like, oh, okay. So they saw us in our bodies. They've got one. What's the big deal? I was 12. I mean, really.
I don't know. I was flat as a pancake when I was 12.
Me too. So it's like there was not a lot going on there.
But it's still like liberating to be able to be comfortable doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I think that definitely changed my attitude.
We have some questions here.
Okay.
And do you like to travel to other countries and you see a pretty good young man, would you be attracted to him? I mean, you can feel attraction to people. I mean, I could feel attraction to the guy that served me coffee today. That doesn't mean I'm going to act on it.
Right.
I mean, I'm attracted to a lot of people. That doesn't mean I'm acting on it.
Yeah,
I'm attracted to Nancy.
Definitely.
But that doesn't mean we're acting on it. Let's see. What we got going on here? A 31-year-old single successful man. I would love for you to help teach these younger girls how to be as loving and sweet as you. That's what we're doing. I love
the problem is
cougarettes.
We seem to attract more guys than we do women, and we would love to attract more young women to learn that sexy doesn't have an expiration date.
Right.
And what a cougar really just is a confident older woman. So it's not something that it's not a latch. It's not somebody that's doing something wrong. It's really more of just a mindset.
It's a mindset of confidence.
Yeah, confidence.
It's a mindset of confidence. That is what attracts most people to other people. Whether you're looking for someone to do business with, a friend, a roommate, or a lover. Confidence is the number one factor that people are looking for more than anything. You want to be with someone who's got a lot of self-confidence and not needy and insecure. It's a big turnoff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you see what it's like to be with somebody who's insecure, and oh my God, it's a lot of work, and it just generally doesn't work.
It doesn't
because
work
they're so fragile that nothing anybody else can do will fix them.
Right.
And they expect that to happen. So
Right.
they're constantly seeking attention and seeking affirmation, and that can be exhausting in a partnership. Yeah. So for anybody that's feeling that way, I would say get some help to regain your confidence.
But like the guys that are interested in these older women and want us to teach younger girls, I mean, you too must have self-confidence. If you don't have self-confidence, then older women for sure are not going to be attracted to you. I was attracted to like younger guys because of their self-confidence. I thought, what fucking balls to walk up to someone who's like 20 years younger or older than you I was like in my 40s. They were in their 20s. I thought they took balls. And I was kind of like stunned when I first was approached because I'm like, I would never have that confidence when I was 20-something years old to approach a man in his, 40s.
It does take confidence, for sure.
A lot of balls.
Yeah. Lots of balls. Okay.
You're in charge here.
All right. So let's see.
There we go.
Older women, past few years, do cougars like that kind of prior experience?
I think so.
Yeah, I think cougars like people that have a variety of experience and have the wisdom from it, How are you feeling? Great.
Thank you for asking that.
Thank you, yes.
True, confused goes a long way.
Not sure what that means.
Do we believe in long-distance relationships? I was in one for 4 years.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. I think anything can work, especially right now. Being in a long-distance relationship is the same as being next door to someone with COVID. You
Really?
basically have to, be on
true.
Zoom anyway. So
Yeah.
at this point...
I think if the relationship has some meat to it, long distance can really force you to be more creative and miss
when you
each other.
see each other,
And, the reunions can be awesome.
Yeah, and stressful too.
Yeah.
And there is a definite pros and cons to this. What do you do when a woman ghosts you and then later wants to be back in your life? That's a good question. I don't believe in ghosting. I think that's a very immature thing to do, and it's also not kind.
Right. The first thing I would do is ask her, "Why did you ghost me?"
What the fuck?
Yeah,
what happened?
Just see what she says. If she makes up a bunch of excuses, and she just can't be straight up with you, then I would say she's not honest, and she came back because she thinks you're going to give her something that she wants,
or she didn't find something that she was looking for when she went,
or the other relationship that she went for didn't work out.
It's funny.
Almost always, it's another relationship, right?
It's so funny you say that because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Even for the reverse, for me, I was like, why did this guy ghost me? And God forbid somebody would actually ghost me. But I was like, why did he ghost me? And I'm thinking, thank you. I'm thinking that I did something wrong, but in truth, it's just a bad way of dealing with people.
I think it's juvenile. I think that those are people that don't have confidence and courage, because I think it takes courage to be honest with somebody and just say,
that's what it was. When you said about there's always somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what the guy said to me. If someone ghosts you, that means another guy said to me that means he found somebody else, and that's why he ghosted you. And I said, nah, you're not right, but he was right.
Yeah.
There's always somebody else. No one's going to leave one else. easy situation to go without having some other. What do you guys think? Do you think that someone's going to leave one situation or they're having a sexual relationship?
Well, let's ask people who've ghosted somebody.
Yeah,
because you have the insight. So if you've ever ghosted somebody, what was your reason? And we won't hold it against you. We really just kind of want to know, what is the reason? All right. And here's
have you ever been ghosted?
I have. And it pissed me off.
Yeah.
It really
enough that if they came back to you, you'd say fuck off.
Yeah, I was like, really? No.
Yeah. I've been ghosted one time after having this long distance online relationship for 4 months. He was out of town. Comes back in town, and we'd never even seen each other. So we had great sex 2 days in a row. We had plans to go out that night. He was going to leave the next day to go back to where we lived. Do you know that fucker ghosted me after I got a babysitter for my kids and everything? He ghosted me. I thought he died because I'm like,
of course.
I had
That's
no
what
idea
we always think.
what could have happened that he could actually have made plans to go out with me and then ghost me. But he had sex a couple of times and he was like, okay, I got this challenge done.
Yeah.
And maybe did find somebody else that night or whatever. Comes back a year later.
A year later, yeah.
And says, I want to go out with you. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You don't ghost Karenlee Poter. No.
So the answer is because you don't want to tell them the truth and hurt them.
That is true,
but
too.
the ghosting hurts them even more because they never can feel the closure. Most human beings can handle what they're dealt. They can't handle what they're not told. How do you know? So you go through this list. Did they die? What did I do?
I did. I was almost going to call hospitals.
Right.
I was like, what the hell? Where did he go? How dare this happen? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Right. You had great sex for 2 days in a row. Why wouldn't you want it for the third before you leave town?
Right. Well, because he went back to his wife.
No, this one did not have a wife. This one, no.
But yeah, so I think ghosting, that's just me.
No, bucketologist said I also ghosted a girl for ghosting me. I mean, yeah.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat. I guess that's something you would do. I was young when I ghosted. Yeah, Brady. I mean, that's the thing is, like, I think it is hard. You're right. They're scared. It is hard to tell someone after you go on a date with them that you don't want to be with them again, so it's easier to ghost.
Yeah.
I would rather, see you at least say, I'm not interested.
Right.
Or
this isn't working out for me.
Or even if you make up a lie and say, I got back together with my ex or whatever, it's still better than straight out not communicating.
Right. I think it's always okay to say, this just isn't working out for me. I'm just not, I've lost interest.
I'm not feeling the vibe here.
It's not what I thought it would be. And
don't take it personally. It just doesn't, it's hard to find a connection.
It's a preference. Yeah.
It's really hard to find someone that you're attracted to, and the personality and looks and everything else.
You don't want to tell them that they should post a photo they actually look like and their real age. Well, I agree, but that I think you should tell them. Why wouldn't you tell them that? It's like, you're not who I thought you were going to be. That's called catfishing. Don't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you really need to be able to tell people that. It's like, you said, I know a lot of women that guys always lie taller.
Oh, definitely.
Always lie taller, and women lie younger.
That is true too.
Yeah, and so it's like when you meet a guy who says he's 6'4" and he's 5'9", and you go, your thing said you were 6'4". You're a liar, and I'm not interested in having any more time with you.
I talked to a guy who literally, he said he was online. He saw this picture of this girl, and she was gorgeous. And he said he was talking to his mom, and he's like, Mom, I'm dating a girl who looks like a Victoria's Secret model. And he goes, and he has a date.
Because she was a Victoria's Secret model.
No.
The
picture was a Victoria's Secret model. But he has a date. He's looking at her like, who is this? And she's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And he's like, but you looked like a Victoria's Secret model. She goes, well, everyone said I looked like a Victoria's Secret model, so I figured I'll use that picture. No.
Oh, my God. Is catfish worse than ghosting? I think they're both mean. They're both mean-spirited, yeah.
Catfish is not good. I am 5'8" and never say taller.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing that,
yeah.
Again, I know women that are superficial and they only want tall guys. But it's why.
But when you meet them, you're going to find out they're not tall. So why?
That's the thing.
It's like, you know what? When you meet, that's going to show.
Yeah, you're better off saying you're 5'7" and then having her go, oh, he looks pretty damn tall for 5'7".
Yeah, I mean, I think catfishing and ghosting, they're both disrespectful to another human being.
Right.
They're both disrespectful.
And we don't like disrespectful. Here's someone named Steve who said, I dated this woman my age throughout college for about 10 years, and we were both graduated and had careers started, and I tried to make it more serious, and she ghosted me. Steve, I'm sorry you went through that. Hopefully you didn't let her dysfunctional way of communicating hurt your feelings. You just have to realize that that's a piece of information about this woman, and do not go back with her ever.
What's that saying? Once people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
That is my saying from Maya Angelou on my Facebook.
Love that.
Yeah. When someone shows you their true colors, believe them.
Yeah.
Or a leopard, don't change the spots. Best way to start any relationship is being honest. Absolutely, you got to be honest.
Best way to be in the relationship, forever.
Oopsie, here we go again. They don't make these little things easy. Let's see. I don't know what happened there. All that work in the hair. How do you deal with a long distance relationship?
I think we
already covered that question. All right. I'm missing a lot of people here. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
I met the girl online and we were talking a little bit. Also video chatted a few times here and there, and she wanted to get. All right, we missed the little.
Okay.
All right, next card.
All right. So do you want to address some of the YouTubers, since they're flipping through there pretty quick?
Well, we got some Japanese or Asian writing that I don't know what that means. the New York City schools in New Jersey will not have a chance for a few years ago. I don't know why. Remind these viewers to like and subscribe. You rock so much. All right, you guys, this is a good little commercial break to remind you to follow both Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce and Karenlee Poter on all social media. How's that?
Yes. Excellent.
I think that
about covers it.
That covers it.
So this is just a La Crema Pinot Noir. So
from Monterey, California.
Yes.
Where she's kind of close to.
Yeah. Pretty close. Northern California.
No speaking.
Okay. No speaking English.
Oh. My mom has probably a good reason for always wearing slutty clothes. Here we go again. This is the same one from last time. Mr. Cumcumber.
So Brady, I told him to get rid of his checklist, and he says it's been an adventure. Awesome. An adventure is always good. To meet new people and see, the checklists are often so superficial and so unrealistic.
I mean, really. When I first became single, another friend of mine was also we both were widows. And we made a checklist of all the things that we'd want in a man.
Right.
Come on. If we got one on the list, we were happy.
It's not. I mean, you can have, and I teach this a lot about. It's different to have a checklist of human qualities.
Yeah.
So
you want honesty,
honesty, integrity,
kindness.
Yeah, those kinds of things.
Empathy.
Yeah.
But you can't say I want a guy that's got $150,000 in the bank. I want to see his his W-9s or whatever.
Right.
I just did my tax. I get 1099s or whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
The W-99.
Whatever I sent to my accountant, I'm like, oh God, I hate this process.
Yeah.
But listen, a lot of my friends, I grew up in the Chicagoland area, and a lot of my friends were like, they literally would inbreed and date the same guy. There's one single guy, they all dated him. And I'm like, what's so great about this one guy, And why do you have to stick with this one type? Right. Move out of this circle of available men that are your age and this qualification. I love when they go, he loves to travel. Who the fuck doesn't love to travel?
I mean, there are some people that don't, but that's very rare.
That's the case.
That's easy to find, right? And no, I'm not single. I have an amazing love.
She's got an amazing husband. I met the girl online and we talked in a video chat here and there, and also she wanted to get serious and then to ghost me after a few days, then came back and tell me that it's not going to work and between us. All right, she gave you a piece of information about herself.
Yeah. And
if you want to continue down that road of torture and drama, go for it. Some people like drama. Be honest, some people do. Yeah. Sometimes, and I've been in a relationship when it was pretty damn boring. I wanted a little drama. I don't need a lot of drama, but sometimes you want a little drama. But I remember thinking with this other girl, we want someone who's like a bad boy, but is a really nice person. It's kind of hard to find.
Yeah. Well, and the bad boy, I mean, that's usually somebody that's a little naughty, that's a little bit adventurous, risky, risk taker, edgy. Yeah. And they can be great people. I mean,
right.
But
it is not an easy task to find that. A lot of people are either in one camp or the other.
Right.
Are we ready?
Okay. Does Nancy want a side piece?
And this guy's
of like what, bacon?
Yeah, and this incredible
turkey.
I wouldn't mind being passed around by a group of older women. LOL. You want to be passed around? You say that, and maybe you would love it.
Maybe you would love it. So here's
some good-looking women.
Here's a saying that I read the other day that really got me thinking and made me stop in my tracks. And not a lot of things stop me in my tracks.
No.
It was a man doing a video, and he said, you put a man in a room with a dozen women and he'll think he has died and gone to heaven. You put a woman in a room with a dozen men and she'll be terrified.
Wow. That's because women have been taught to be scared of men.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think if men and women understood this about each other, that men would be a little bit more gentle with women and understand that
Somehow I think if you're in a room with a dozen men, you'd be okay with this.
I would handle it. But
most women are not.
But no, I actually wouldn't. I wouldn't be comfortable in a room with a dozen men that I didn't know.
No.
Absolutely not.
Unless it was for market research or something like that, where you knew there was someone monitoring.
Right. But I wouldn't put myself, I wouldn't interject myself into a group of men I didn't know. No. I would not feel safe. I would know I wasn't safe.
Unless you're in a public setting where, you're just set off to the side or something. And I'm fairly comfortable with a group of men. As long as I feel there's nowhere I can be harmed, physically harmed.
Well, I was at a resort at the pool. It was packed. There was a group of men standing there. One of them came out, grabbed me, and tried to pull me back into the group of men.
Oh my God!
And I had to use my karate on him. And
I'm not surprised that you use your karate.
So
what the hell? What place is this? I'm scared to go there.
In Jamaica, or not in Jamaica.
Thank God.
It was in Mexico.
That's scary.
But yeah. Huh. So women need to feel protected. That's why the best way to get a woman to expose her sexuality is for her to feel safe.
Oh yeah. Exactly. You can't feel safe and relaxed if you're scared.
And you can't do that with a stranger. Sorry, guys.
No.
You just can't.
It's never.
No.
Orgasms are few and far between with strangers.
Uh-huh.
They can happen, but mostly
it's rare.
Mostly for the guy.
And most of the time, the women fake it to get it over with.
I'm not big on faking orgasms.
No.
Megan, the blue hair girl.
Hi, Megan.
Hi. I sometimes get ghosted when I tell people I have a partner. Like, I'm poly, and okay, I guess you only want to be my friend if we can have monogamous sex.
I think that's the bottom line, is that polyamory is not a thing that everybody really can wrap their head around. And they don't understand, especially, do you find, Megan, that people don't understand when a woman says she's poly, but they're much more understanding of when a man says he's poly or he's open. I think people think, you're a woman, how could you be that? How could you do that?
Or they say they're open to it until that push comes to shove.
Well, I've heard a lot of people that say that in their relationship that one of them has an open marriage.
I know. I had a friend back in Chicago, and he was like with a girl, and I knew it wasn't his wife, and I wait, I'm confused. And he goes, as long as I keep my wife at home happy sexually, I can get away with whatever I want.
Well, there you go. I mean, if that's an agreement.
It's not an agreement. That was his agreement, not her agreement.
Oh.
She did not know about this agreement.
Oh. Well, okay. So Megan, that it really hit me too, that saying. It was like, whoa. That really
well said, Nancy. Have you ever been attracted to women? And has your views changed as you get older? That's a good question, Chris Stiles.
I've always been attracted to women, but not sexually.
I know. We would be such good lesbians.
We would. But I've had opportunity, and it doesn't do anything for me. It would be like, humping a chair. I don't get it. It's like, where's
the dick?
I love men.
But that's before she had the satisfier.
Yeah.
Now this could all change.
Mark. I'm definitely, I've learned, and I've been open to all possibilities, and I've learned that I'm very heterosexual.
The other thing is that we grew up in a different generation. I mean, now, people in their 20s, they're very open to all types of relationships. And I think that society has ingrained so much into us that we don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, we might think that, but that's because this is how our frame of reference is.
Oh, I know my husband would love it if I was bisexual.
What guy would?
Yeah. So I mean, I would feel no. I mean, I don't have any barriers to doing that or having that exploration. I just don't have any desire. So that would be. Let's see. My new rule is to get to know women more, because then
make them more comfortable.
Yeah.
That's a good call, Brady.
That's really honorable and respectful, and women will pick up on that.
So Kelly.
Oh, here's a good question.
Kelly, I'm into older women. Is it weird? I'm 21. I get this question all the time. Again, read my book. It's not weird, and it's very common.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why younger men are into older women, especially if they've been having a bad relationship with some younger girls. Yeah. Unfortunately, the human brain doesn't even develop before 25. So a lot of women, a lot of girls, as much as society's changing their norms about being gay or straight or whatever, they're also very childish in their thinking, and they do tend to play games, and that's one of the main reasons why I named the book Fuck Games, Date Cougars. But main reasons why younger men are into older women is because younger men like someone who doesn't play games.
Right.
It's long-winded. How do older women perceive virgin guys? Like, let's have fun. Let's teach.
You like to be the teacher.
I've never done that, but I mean, I think that you won't have a problem with it. I think that if you're honest and say, this is my first time, I think that if you're with someone who's a good, kind person, that they might have fun with that.
They might. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What? They never take.
And they never fake an orgasm with James Bond.
Yeah, please, that's funny. That's funny.
Don't fake orgasms.
I find cougars like to be dominated. You better not make that
generalization.
Yeah. Because a lot of cougars like to dominate. So you might want to think that one through.
Notice a gleam in her eye when she said that. A lot of cougars.
Yeah. Okay, this is the second time in the last hour that a woman said that her ex thought it was an open relationship, right?
Yeah, my ex thinks it's an open relationship.
Yeah. Does size matter?
We get this question a lot.
The size of your brain matters. The size of your heart matters. The size of your open-mindedness matters. The size of your dick does not matter. Unless it's to you. I mean, it may matter to you, but generally a partner who's interested in you and I mean, I'm going to say it again. Sex is not just about your dick.
It's not.
Period. It's just not.
And and that is said in all honesty for you. Because if you can get that through your head that it's not about your dick and it's more about pleasing somebody else and having a good time with someone else, then you're not going to give a fuck what your dick. It's nice if you're happy and content with your dick, but if you are uncomfortable with it, if you feel it's too small or too thin or whatever problems you're having, if you concentrate on the person you're with, you're not going to give a shit.
Yeah.
Just focus on the other person.
Right. So Chris asks, why are women so fascinated with 50 Shades? They're not fascinated with 50 Shades sex. They're fascinated with 50 Shades mindfuck. And the whole seduction and
well, they might be into the BDSM fantasy too.
But you have to ask women which person they connect with in the 50 Shades, because they might connect with him, his power, the struggle, but really it's her power. So if you've watched all of them and read all of them, it's really just kind of it's a very interesting view into a couple kind of exploring the BDSM world.
But also, I think it opened up the dialogue for women to read and talk about sex.
Definitely.
It really is a game changer. A lot of guys, for the first time, started picking up that book. It's like, I want to know what these women are reading.
Right.
And I remember, like, I have a friend that she's on the airplane. She's like, I'm like, there's hiding that I'm reading this book. Because women are like embarrassed to say they're reading erotica.
That they're sexual.
Or they're sexual. Right, and this like opened up the door to say, this is mainstream literature here.
Right.
It wasn't the most advanced writing, I would have to say.
No, it's not a literature piece, but
it did open up the dialogue.
That was the thing I loved the most about it.
And I thought it was got me very aroused.
Yeah.
Parts of it that I had never really thought about in terms of BDSM. Not that, again, and it brings out the fantasy element of,
right.
I'm not saying I want to be like paddled to the point where she's like, can't even walk, you know?
Right.
What happened?
Just looking for time.
Oh, okay. We only got a few more minutes, so if you got some unbelievable questions for us, please lay it on us quickly.
Somebody asked about forehead kisses. Forehead kisses are a sign of affection and love and caring. So they have to come from the person that you want that to come from. So if a total stranger walks up and kisses you on the forehead, it can actually be a little demeaning and pudding.
Yeah.
So I would save that for people that
like your grandma. Your grandma is a perfect person to give a forehead kiss to.
But I love it when Mark kisses me on the forehead because
it's very loving.
It's very loving. It's a very loving.
Her husband is Mark. That's what she's saying.
So I think it's.
You like him if he kisses you other places as well.
Well, preferably, yes. But when he kisses me on the forehead, I know it's really that's a deep love expression for men.
Carew, why would you ask the question? I'm curious as to why you asked that question. Let's see what's going on here. Hello, beautiful, sexy ladies. Hello to you, F. Daking. Speaking, are cougars looking for long-term relationships or short-term fun? Again, you'll find the answers in the book, Fuck Games Day Cougars. But in the long and short of it is, it really depends. And when we say cougars, we're just talking about a confident older woman. So there's
we don't have pause,
right? There isn't like a specific type. I would say that every woman is different. Mm-hmm. So I just think it just really depends on the person and where she's at the time. Like when I met my boyfriend, I was not looking for a relationship, but it turned into one. So it really depends on what stage of your life you're in. And it could be that you start out as I just want to be friends, and then you end up doing more than friends, or vice versa. You want a relationship, but then it ends up being friends.
I gave Brady a homework assignment to read that book. She Comes First.
Oh, he's writing another one.
And he says, and my mind has been blown.
Brady, he's got another book. Ian Kerner has got he might be on a podcast again, but he's got another book coming out. Cool. I cannot wait to get my hand. I actually think it's here somewhere.
No, you can't say. When you guys ask questions, are most cougars into most cougars aren't anything. It's like, that would be like saying are most men into feet? It's like
are most guys into BDSM? I don't know.
Yeah, we can't know that.
You guys, do you know?
You have to figure that out with each person. There's no schematic that we can give you that says all women are going to respond this way to this thing. Yeah. It's just, we're all different. So if you have sex with 10 women the same way, you might please one of them.
Or you might
please none of them.
Or you might get all of them. Who knows? But everyone is a snowflake.
Yeah.
As far as my book, yes, the book is on Amazon, and it is in digital and in the hard copy. So does that answer your question, Kelly, and whoever else? Deanne? Jeremiah, what do cougars normally prefer for a first date, dream date? So are you asking us what we prefer? That would be a better question, because we can only tell you what we prefer.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what all women prefer.
We can't answer for all women.
I would say, though, for the first date, do something that you are able to communicate and talk to each other. Like, I don't think it's a good idea to go to a movie, if there were movies right now, or someplace that's too loud, like a rave bar or something. And try to think of something that she'll feel comfortable and that you can afford, because you don't want to set her on a false premise that you can afford to take her out to the the most luxurious restaurant in town or whatever, and then never be able to afford to eat after that for another year or two. So just be yourself and take her out and have fun, and just make sure you can have a conversation.
Yeah, and I think also, if you've had conversations, hopefully you've had some conversations with this woman before you've asked her out, and you've found out some hints about what she likes, what she's interested in, maybe what's on her bucket list. Choose something that she's going to enjoy.
That's a great idea.
The big mistake that guys make is they think, I want her to get to know what I like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take her to do something I love to do, right?
No, I'm going to take her to the bowling alley.
And she's just like, what the hell? Yeah. So if you invite somebody on a date, find out what they would be interested in doing. It's like if you ask somebody, what do you like? How do you like to be touched? Then they're going to share with you how they like to be touched.
Right.
And then if you never touch them that way, they're going to feel like you don't really give a rip about them.
Yeah.
So you have to do something that expresses, one, you've been listening, you've been paying attention, and that what they say matters to you.
So, well said,
awesome.
Miss Nancy Sutton Pierce.
Okay, so we have
okie dokie.
What to say to a woman that you are are into having a sex toy in the bedroom.
You just tell her, look what I got you. I got you to satisfy her.
Well, maybe it's his sex toy.
That's right. You just say, have you ever thought about using these toys because they're really fun? And if she says no, then...
If you have sex toys...
Make sure they're clean.
Make sure they're new.
Yes.
If you're going to use them with a new partner.
Yeah. I can get you a discount, just don't be cheap.
Open them up. Have them still in the box.
Yeah.
If you have a favorite, buy a new one and have it in the box so that when you share it with your new partner, that they see that it's not something you probably used on somebody else.
Yeah, God. Get them sterilized.
Yeah, just get a new one. I mean,
get a new one.
Would you trust that somebody has sterilized?
If somebody brought out a vibrator and it said, I'd like to play with this, and I'm like, where did you get it and why isn't it not in the box?
Right.
So if you want to get one of these things, I can get you a discount. I'll put it in the show notes or something later.
Have you ever had a dick that was too big to fit?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And that's the thing that
I feel sorry for guys that have dicks too big to fit.
Right. I mean, you can do it, but it just, you have to do it very gently and slowly, and maybe not penetrate as deep as you otherwise. But it's,
you need a donut.
What's that? Oh, you mean like
donut hurt? Donut feel good?
Oh,
put a donut on it so it can only go in so far.
Oh man.
But they make them. They're called pessaries, and they actually make them that go over a man's penis so that it creates a barrier. But so he still feels the pressure against his pubic bone, because guys with too big a dick, they never feel that. They never feel that pressure. Megan's cracking up.
The problem is that people in porn have abnormally large dicks, and the women in porn, they're there to act and entertain. And so if you're thinking that this is how women want or feel good about it, and this is the best sex, and yet you're not good enough because you don't have this gigantic schlong, you're wasting her time and your time. Right. I mean, she doesn't want that, and you don't want that. Brady said I answered yes to the dick question so quickly.
Yeah.
And size does matter, and it's when I'm saying it hurts, one guy told me he put someone in the hospital.
But
why would I want to?
But all women have a different depth.
Yes.
A little different depth, and also depending on the tilt of your uterus, there are pockets on either side of the uterus that you can get around, so that does accommodate longer penises. And women have different depths of pelvis.
And the girth too. The girth is really important as well. Girth
matters. I mean, you only have a baby's head can come out of there, and they're like 10 centimeters.
Right. So that's
So it's tricky, but I think what's more important, we have to take. Should we take the dick out of sex for a bit and realize that there are so many more things to sex than putting a penis into a vagina. So many more things.
I mean, think about lesbians.
Right.
They don't have the dick.
They have great sex.
They have great sex. They don't have a dick unless it's strap-on or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they have orgasms. They have great orgasms. I know friends.
Have you ever had an orgasm without a penis?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Was that a trick question?
Well, I think guys think that women don't have orgasms without penises.
And also, it's something really important for all men to hear right now.
Okay, let's hear it.
Women, there's a good proportion of women who cannot have orgasms just through penetration.
Right.
They have orgasms with their mini penises, which are called clitoris. Okay?
Well, which is actually a lot bigger than a penis.
And it goes into the vaginal canal. And you feel
all around it.
You feel it all around. Yeah. And if you felt that ridgy feeling, that's part of her clit. But the main thing is, if that's not being stimulated, if the external one, for most women, is not being stimulated, it's like trying to have an orgasm without having your penis stimulated. It's impossible.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the clit is, when we're in utero as fetuses, we all look the same. We have the same genitalia, and then between the X and the Y chromosomes, that bathes us in different hormones, and the hormone testosterone turns that clit into a penis, And when there's no testosterone, the estrogens turn it into a clit, and then a vagina is formed where the penis would have been. So it's not even penile tissue. It's more of the scrotum.
It's erectile tissue,
but not the vagina.
Right.
Just the clitoris. Right. But
so what we're trying to say is, don't forget that
learn
about women's
female sexual anatomy.
That is such good advice.
Yes.
If you guys can learn about a woman's whole area there, you're going to be the most popular guy. The whole area. Yeah. You're going to be the most popular guy in town.
Yeah. The kit and caboodle.
Yeah. There's a friend of mine. He actually passed away, not from sex, but he was with some girl in college, and she taught him the ropes. She was older, taught him the ropes, and it got around that he was really, really good in bed. And he was, because he listened and he learned. Yeah. And he was the most popular guy in college because he knew about the women's body and how to please her.
Well, women talk. Let me tell you that. Girlfriends talk. And if you're a selfish lover,
they're gonna talk.
You will be considered a lousy lover.
Yeah.
So being selfless and being engaged and interested in what your partner wants, likes, needs at that moment will make you the best lover. I just had this conversation today with someone who wanted to make love to their partner in the way they wanted to make love, rather than doing it in the way she needed it done. And so there was this impasse. So if the whole point of partnering is to engage with what the other person wants and needs, find that out, and then work to meet each other's needs in that way. So it's an exchange of energy. That's what sex is.
I love that.
Just an exchange of energy.
Which brings us back to 69.
There we go. Tukanchu.
Is 8 inches good length? Chris, have you heard anything that we just said?
Really?
What the fuck? Carew, you're right. Cunnilingus. Yes. Learn cunnilingus. Cunnilanguage. I believe
you can be a cunning linguist.
A cunning linguist.
There we go.
I believe that older women help younger men to learn so much more about women's bodies, and that empowers a man to serve women.
Yes.
Siobhan.
Bingo.
Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. Siobhan wins. Yeah. A kiss from us.
I mean, we learn from each other, right? I mean, I think one of the best things that young people, anybody can do is to watch their partner pleasure themselves.
It's fun.
You can learn a ton.
Ritual masturbation.
And it's hot, and it's like live porn, and you learn what your partner likes, right?
Have you guys ever done the mutual masturbation thing? And I guess
patience, listening, and breathing. Yeah, well, we're gonna try that tonight. Hello, Mark.
Mutual masturbation.
If you're listening, get ready.
If you're listening, we're gonna have a little fun with our little, what's it called, the satisfier.
Satisfier.
For long periods of time. Oh my God, we're still on your mother?
We're at 6:02, so we're going to get cut off here. So we probably should say goodnight. We will be back next week, and with more fun times and wild women with wine.
Having a lot of fun with wild stories. We hope we helped you, and we hope that you will support us on Patreon, because that is not just to see sexy pictures, although there are a few of them on there in the higher tiers.
Maybe.
But more importantly, it's a way to support this show. We can't do this show if we don't get any kind of funding, because we have other things to do.
Right.
So if you can join us on Patreon, we both have our own Patreon channels. They're Patreon, Patreon.
Good to see you, Megan.
Patreon.com/Karenlee Poter just Karenlee. Patreon.com/Karenlee and Patreon.com/Dr. Nancy. Check us out.
Last question: what's your greatest fear in a marriage? Mine is the loss of my partner. That through death, that shakes me down more than anything else I can think of. Other than
I experienced it and have gone on.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
But I think
it's a pretty frightening thing to go through.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have death in the picture, I think illness is also frightening too. But let's not end on a bad note. Let's end on this one. Okay. I have to say that you both have been really helpful to me and are the few of the most beautiful and confident women I have come across. Kelly, thank you.
Thank you.
Very sweet. Exactly what we wanted to hear. And with that, we will say goodbye.
All right, Brady, good. Thank you glad we helped you. Good night. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same time, same station.
Yeah.
Go to patreon.com. Karenlee, Dr. Nancy. Till then, be safe.
And have fun.
Yes.
All right, now we got to make sure to save that.